Folks, I have 6 o'clock. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome to everyone to the first meeting of 2026, the Town of Canandaigua Planning Board. Let me go through and introduce the folks up front here. We all know Kim Burkhardt, who's our remote facilities coordinator. Standing next to Kim is our recording secretary, Karine Hatch. First gentleman on my right is Jay Palermo. He's our new appointed alternate for the planning board. So welcome, Jay. And as I said tonight, just listen and learn. Right? Okay. Tim Schneider is our board member. Mark Tolbert, board member. Reappointed board member Amanda Van Lake. Bob LaCourse, vice chairman. I'm Chuck Euler, chairman. Kristen Smith, zoning officer. Chris Nadler, board attorney. So I think I covered everyone. Our engineer is not represented this evening. Congratulations are in order to Eric Cooper. He is the new father of twins. So I said we may not see him for 6 months. His wife won't let him out. All right, we're going to follow the agenda as published. I don't think there's anything different. Most of you people have been here before, so you know.
Second, I have a sound issue.
Okay. Stand by.
I'll just message people and see if they can, somebody else can.
Oh, okay, yeah. We can proceed, Kim.
What's that?
We can proceed.
1 second.
Jim, I can hear you fine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, as I was saying, if you would like to address the board for either a presentation or comment period, come to the podium, give us your name and address so we have your name and address for the record, and make your statements. Let's go to let's do privilege of the board, or privilege of the floor first. Is anyone here representing someone or they'd like to address the board regarding an issue that's not on the agenda? If not, we can then go to the agenda. And what I was going to was get into some housekeeping we have to do. Appreciate your patience as we go through this. We'll go through it quickly. But since this is our first meeting, we have to reorganize because we don't want us unorganized. And the way that reorganization occurs is we will select our vice chairman, our board secretary, our board attorney, board engineer, and adopt our meeting calendar and also our rules of procedure. And if it's okay with the board, I'd like to sort of put those off to the end of the meeting because we get into some details on that. Just how use having the folks here sit through that. So let's first take care of appointing a vice chairman. Do I have a motion to appoint an individual?
I'll make a motion to appoint Bob as vice chair to the planning board. Mr. LaCourse.
Second. The motion is second. Any further nominations? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, Bob. Let's move on to our board secretary. Someone want to give me a name for the board secretary?
I'll make that motion. So I wanted to see your face.
I'll second.
Okay, do I have a second on Karine?
Yes, Amanda.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Further nominations? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, congratulations, Karine. And let's go to our board attorney. Someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to extend Chris Nadler as our attorney
Second. Second. Yeah, motion a second, then Chris did let me know this evening that he is willing and able to serve, so that being said, any further nominations? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Chris, welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. How about the board engineer? Someone make a motion regarding the appointment of our engineering firm.
Make that motion that Eric could continue with his company. MRB 15.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second for MRB?
Second.
Okay, I have a second from Tim. Any further nominations? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, town calendar or planning board calendar. It is the town calendar. As it affects us, it should be in front of you. Thank you to Kim and Kristen for putting it together. And does anybody have any additions or changes they'd like to make to the town calendar? You want to explain the application submittal deadline that's changing
Yes.
somewhat?
So previously, the application deadline day was the first business day of the month. We're moving that up by roughly a week. So it'll be, the new deadline day will be the last Monday of the previous month. We're doing that in an effort to have a little bit more time between deadline day and the project review committee meeting to get more comments, get those referrals out right away. This also allows us to get the referral out to the county planning board, and their deadline is typically the Friday of the last week of the month. So we'll get applications in Monday, defer it out before Friday. So,
Okay. Is that understandable?
yes.
Okay, then I need a motion to adopt the calendar. So moved. A motion second?
Second.
Motion second to adopt the planning board calendar as stated. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thanks for bearing with us. Let's move on. Tonight we have two new public hearings, and they have been advertised in the Daily Messenger on January 8th. So they have been given notice. And let's move right into the agenda as shown. CPN 2025-088, Jessica Schlosser. I reopened the hearing for 4410 Middle Cheshire Road. It is the installation, a special use permit to allow for the installation of a ground mounted tier 1 solar array as an accessory structure in the side yard of a residential parcel in the AR2 zoning district. There's someone here representing the applicant. Very good, thank you. Please come forward. There may be a couple questions that the
Yeah.
board has.
And also,
And your name and
we have
address.
on Zoom too. I'm Jessica.
You're Jess? Oh, you're Jess, the Jessica. Okay.
Yep,
He was having some audio issues,
okay.
so I'm not sure. I'll message him and see if.
I'm able to have him on speakerphone too, if that's allowed or.
It's allowed,
If-
but do
depending
you
on the
need him?
question.
Yeah, if you
Depending
have
on
a
the
question that
question,
comes
yeah.
up that you need his help, certainly feel free.
He just dropped off. Maybe he's gonna try.
Okay, a while back in November, you got a variance from the ZBA to install a ground mounted solar in the scenic view shed. And so that you got relief for that. You did go before the Ag Committee and there was no comment from the Ag Committee. Code Department stated that you will need a building permit eventually, should you be successful in getting your special use permit tonight. You did submit a statement of operations. ECB had a couple questions. I think they had to do with the landscaping, and I think that's a question that Bob has. So I will yield to Bob regarding a question you have. Landscaping.
Can you just first go over your project for us? What you're gonna do, how you're gonna install it, things like that for us? Before I ask. the question.
Yes, how detailed do you need of the technicalities of
Yes,
it?
we have a map up.
Yeah,
plan up, so.
that's the plan. Hold up my physical copy here. So you can see the ground mount location at the top corner there. So there'll be digging involved for the lines from the house to there to connect. I don't have the materials and stuff on me right now, but that it was submitted and I can get
Okay.
that to you, or that would be a call, Jesse.
I'll just tell you what I saw on it.
Okay,
Ask you a question. I read the letters from the two neighbors.
Okay.
In this area, their concern was over digging and things like that. I noticed you're using a drill spike
Mhm.
for your panels, so that's less digging for yourself. You're only digging or excavating the line to go to the house. Is that correct?
yep,
Okay, and you're only gonna be at 8.5 feet high at 25 degrees, I believe you're gonna be,
correct.
and that's not gonna grow at all.
No, no,
Okay.
there's no change to that.
No change. So it's gonna stay at 8.5. The other question I had, it showed, I've been up there, I live in this area, so I kind of know
Okay.
this area. There's trees, those trees must stay,
Okay,
mainly because of the view shed. Those hide some of that view.
okay,
So
we'll just make.
it's not on your site plan here, it was on one of your originals,
Okay,
but those trees, those pine trees, anything else that blocks that view is gonna stay. That will be a condition that we put onto your
okay,
project also. The other thing on your project's noted multiple times as a 33.92 kilowatt DC
Mhm.
with a 25 or 23 something kilowatt AC. So to avoid confusion, I'm just gonna want to call it a tier one. Tier one is anything less than 25
okay,
AC volts. So there's a lot of words in your documentation that goes back and forth between AC and DC. And if it's a tier two, it's just a little different,
okay,
but I'm pretty sure you're still a tier one at less than 25
okay,
megawatts AC.
yes, it should be.
So we're gonna change the resolution to make sure that reads that way also.
Okay.
Trees, tier one. The ag committee is not it's ag land, but it's not really, it was a garden, I think, at one time up there. Zoning officer recommendations. Those are my biggest questions and issues really. I don't know, 25 degrees seems low to me in that area. But that's what your engineering says, that's what it says. As long as you don't go over the 8.5 feet, we'll be happy with that. Those are my main questions, main issues.
Jess, I know one of the questions I think was brought up by the neighbors was glare, which we hear in all solar installations. These are black panels, I assume,
Yes, it is.
so there'd be no
Black
glare.
panels, black frame. Yep, I haven't heard of that issue yet, so.
The actual trim, the framing that's used to mount them, what color would that be? I mean,
That's black also.
that's black also.
Yes.
Okay. So it's essentially a black structure. It's
Right.
black framing,
Black
black.
rectangle,
black panels.
basically from the distance.
Okay. Anything else on board? Don't want to show you guys that. No? Let's see, any neighbors? Anyone want to address the board regarding this application? Okay, if not, I think we're ready to move. This is an unlisted seeker. Because of it being a special use permit. So if someone wants to take care, let's do them individually, the seeker and the, is there a site plan? Yeah, okay, site plan and then special use. Someone want to start with the seeker, please.
I'll make that motion, Chuck. Secret resolution unlisted action for CPM 25-088.
Second.
A motion, a second for discussion. If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. let's move on to the site plan, which I think we're gonna have a couple of conditions.
Yeah.
Someone want to make a motion and we'll.
I'll make
Sure,
the
we got it.
motion to approve this site plan at 4410 Milchester Road for a tier 1 ground mounted solar array. I will have the resolution changed just so it says tier 1. And also adding a condition for that the trees will stay and nothing else will be removed. There's only those trees that are in the way, really. I do have one question for you. Maybe I should have done this earlier. There's a fence around there. Is that fence gonna stay? You know,
I don't specifically, I could call and find out if you want.
that would just go toward other questions I had about land, animals, things like that. No big deal. There's free roaming up there anyways, but
So your condition is all trees must remain.
all trees must remain. And that's mainly because of the view shed, and that's what it was approved to, the view shed. And that would be the 5th comment on that.
Good.
And that's what I would have.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion is second. There wasn't another condition, was there for a while?
Those four. I'll comment maybe.
Okay, I know, yeah, there's 4, but I was thinking in your review, Bob, you brought something else. That's okay.
I think it was
We got it covered.
the tier 1.
Tier 1.
Tier 1.
Changes
Oh,
the
they
first
changed the preamble?
whereas.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I got a motion and a second from Amanda for discussion on the site plan. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to the special use permit.
I'll make that motion for the special use permit approval at CPN 25088. I will request the first whereas reflect the language changes as tier 1 as listed. And for conditions, I will ask the board, there are 6 listed. I will ask the board if we would like to mirror Bob's additional condition from the single stage plan around the landscaping, or if we keep that in
I would
the
say
site
so,
plan.
yeah. You did put it in there.
Belts and suspenders, yep.
Yeah.
Perfect, so I'll add that for a total of 7 conditions.
Okay,
Say those again so we can get them. Never mind.
I have them. Thank you. Thank you.
Mark in a second.
And Mark,
okay,
thank
so
you.
the 6 is shown in the draft as well as the 7, right, landscaping.
Landscaping.
And I would point out to the board that as far as the length and term of the SUP in this case, it will be for all current and future owners with no requirement for renewal. And I'm okay with that because, you know, if they ever take it out, then the special use permit goes away.
Yep.
Okay, so have a motion, a second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Jess. I think we're all done.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, next we have a reopening of a subdivision application 2025-125 and 126 for a property off of County Route 16 for 38 single-family homes. With the minimum lot area of 20,000 square feet, being developed under the conservation subdivision. And we have Ryan back to, I guess, explain where we stand in terms of his interpretation. Good evening.
Good evening, I'm Ryan Destro from BME Associates, here on behalf of Venezia Associates. Again, we are seeking overall preliminary subdivision and final phase 1 subdivision approval for the Ashton Place South development. Just to give a quick recap from our last appearance before this board on November 25th. We are in the process of updating the preliminary and final phase 1 subdivision plans and per the town and agency comments that have been received. We did meet with the town staff and the town engineer on January 6th last week to review their comments and our plan updates. One plan update that I would like to point out, we've since adjusted the lot layout for lots 8 and 9. If you're able to pull up the rendering that we had in the overall preliminary.
It's in the preliminary.
Yeah, yep. So lots 8 and 9 are along the northern portion of the property. We have adjusted them to expand the conservation buffer to a minimum of 40 feet wide along the entire northern property line, and this is to meet the requirements of the town code, therefore eliminating the need to request a waiver from the planning board for reduction of the conservation buffer.
Did you upload them into the workspace, any plans?
Not the new plan yet, no. But the rendering was just a visual from the last
Okay,
one that we had
gotcha.
submitted.
When was that? Do you know? That was a longer time ago.
Yeah, it was up there for the last meeting. In any event, we do understand that the 30-day seeker coordinated review has since passed. And the planning board is now in the position to designate themselves lead agency. Tonight, we do request that the planning board table the overall and final phase 1 actions, including the seeker determination, to be continued at a future meeting. And this will allow us as the applicant to finalize addressing the town and agency comments and submit the updated plans.
Okay.
And then if you do look to the rendering to my right, the 2 lots 8 and 9 were adjusted to provide a full 40-foot buffer minimum along the last lot on the southwestern corner of Bedford Drive for the conservation buffer.
You talk about conservation buffers, but those areas are gonna be disturbed to create the drainage swales that you're gonna be running along that northern property. And if I'm reading the grading plan correctly, you're gonna have actually 2 swales.
The grading has since been revised to eliminate one of the swales, so that will reduce the disturbance. We will propose to save as many trees as possible along the property line. And in order to maximize that 40-foot buffer.
Okay, but that swale that was on the northernmost swale, which was primarily picking up the runoff from the undeveloped portions, that was coming down and it would eventually bypass the stormwater management facility.
Correct.
So if you've eliminated the second swale, you're gonna be picking up runoff from developed lots along the northern property. Yeah. And shouldn't that stormwater have to be treated?
Yes, the development from the lots will be treated. We're only bypassing the runoff from the northwest offsite runoff. We're not taking that into our pond. That currently passes through the site from west towards east to the existing Class C stream to the east of our property. So we're taking that same drainage to the exact location where it goes. We're just bypassing it through our site around our pond. Otherwise, it would expand the size of our pond. We don't need to treat offsite water. It's not part of this development.
But you're concentrating, you're taking sheet flow and you're putting it into a channel and you're putting it into a pipe.
Correct, through a grassland swale that will provide some limitations to the velocity of the water as well. And we've also provided drainage calculations that show that the ultimate peak flow calculations in that stream are at a reduced rate from the existing conditions from the post-development condition. That's all in the engineer's report that's been provided to the town and the town engineer as well for review.
Board, anything else?
Ryan, last time we spoke, I mentioned that easement. For that Montero County.
Yeah, and one of the things.
I found out what it was.
Oh,
It was between your phase 1 and phase 2. That's all it was saying.
okay.
That's all it was. It wasn't northerly, westerly. It was just your going 1 to 2.
Okay.
All it was saying. Just wanted to clear that up.
Okay, the as stated, the seeker timeline has expired for the declaration of us, the town board, planning board being the lead agency. I assume we got no objections to that declaration. If not, at least the records show that that we are the lead agents. And that included a EAF, which is part of your submission. Just going through a couple checklist items before I yield to the neighbors. The NRI features were defined and shown on the plans, I think accurately, and in terms of steep slopes and streams, so they have been shown correctly. The conservation subdivision analysis that was prepared by BME was checked by our zoning officer as well as our town engineer and found to be accurate in terms of determining the number of homes that would apply to this site under the conservation subdivision. For the record, for also the residents' information, this application was referred out to various agencies, including our Environmental Conservation Board, the County Planning Board, our Ag Committee, our Highway and Water Superintendent, the County Sewer Department District, our Code Enforcement Department, the Cheshire Fire Company, RG&E. So all those agencies got this information and had the opportunity to comment, and we're in the process of taking those comments in currently. That's another reason we're not in a position to act this evening, but we certainly are digesting that information. The plan review is being done by MRB, by all these agencies that I just mentioned. The plan has been checked for conformance with our subdivision code in terms of chapter 162, 165, 170, 174, which are all applicable to a subdivision application. The infrastructure, there is consideration and awareness that the sewer and water district will have to be expanded as part of this project. The street design has been reviewed with our highway superintendent, and he is looking at both the alignment as well as the infrastructure, stormwater, and erosion control that's required to make to do the construction. Stormwater has been a big issue, and it is being reviewed by MRB, our engineers. The Watershed Association has provided information in a letter from October 20th, and that's certainly something we'll consider, and hopefully the applicant will consider. The Watershed Council has been also involved. Kevin Mulvaney was at our last meeting, and he has been working with the engineers and trying to certainly get a acceptable and firm stormwater management. Let's see, existing stream bed, certainly concerned about that. Soil Conservation Service, these are all related to stormwater and the lake. So it's all being looked at, folks. Easements, any easements required, dedication of streets will be reviewed by our town attorney. With town requires sureties from all developments of this nature to make sure that the streets and all the improvements that are required under the application are provided. And the surety is a surety plus. It's the amount of the improvements plus a certain percentage more to account for inflation. And I have on record from the last meeting, the neighbors' concerns being the construction activity, the marketability, stormwater, as I'd mentioned before, and sewer and water. So I'm open at this point to any other comments from anyone who did not either submit an email, and we got all your emails. We've got emails from Pitty, Kellogg, Valinas, Dalius, Mr. Largo, Ligro, the Canes, the Corbetts, Bob Keys, Dan Russell. So all of the information or all the concerns you had have been duly noted, and I would ask you, Ryan, have you taken under consideration any of the issues that were brought up by the neighbors at the last meeting?
Yes, we have reviewed both the comments that have been received in writing and emails. Also jotted down notes at the last planning board meeting. Well, actually, the past several planning board meetings that we've been at. I think the main concern, well, one of the main concerns is drainage. A lot of the residents have expressed that they're currently experience drainage issues on their properties now. It's just important to point out that Bedford Drive as well as Ashton Place are uphill in elevation of this project site. And therefore, their drainage concerns are related to offsite issues to the north rather than the existing conditions of this property or the post-development conditions as proposed.
Yeah, agreed as far as the end of that, but I guess the concern also is certainly the stream that runs parallel to County Route 16 and making sure that what's being put into that stream, as well as the condition of the stream itself, can adequately handle the runoff from this project. Let's see, anything else? I'll open it up to the residents. Anybody else have any additional comments above and beyond what has been said previously? Go ahead, Jack. Yep. And Jack, thank you for your history of the floodings that occurred out there.
Jack, excuse me, I'm Jack Kellogg. I live at 4851 Ashton Place. I'm looking at history there and whatnot. My concern is that in addition to the history that I showed you as far as the pictures go and the flash drives and everything else goes, the lay of the land hasn't really changed that much between what the proposed project and where Bedford Drive runs. Some of it gets absorbed, in the new project or area, and obviously some of it won't be if this project goes forward. So the characteristic of the downslope, as Ken Mulvaney pointed out, some of it goes south, some of it goes east, it all goes downhill. What I'm really concerned about tonight, I don't want to take up a lot of your time because your time is valuable, but I assume from having looked at the secret application and whatnot, that this is a type 1 because it's greater than 10 acres. And if I'm incorrect, let me know. Okay.
You're correct.
Pardon?
You're correct.
Thank you. The final say on a negative or positive declaration, I believe that comes from this board. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And when does the community have a chance to weigh in? I know you're evaluating things, more things are being submitted to the board. When does the community have a chance to look at the final picture as to how you're looking at it and what we think it thought it was going to be and what it's going to be in its final?
Well, as was stated, the plans are in revision right now.
Okay.
They're being changed for various reasons. Certainly, before any action is taken by this board, that the community will have a chance to look at the final product. So we have not discussed as to how much time the applicant needs to complete those revised plans, because that would determine when our next meeting to review this.
Right.
So, but you'll certainly be in the loop, no doubt about it. And the site plan or the subdivision plan is sort of run concurrently with seeker. So it's sort of, you don't do one without the other.
Okay.
So we would be acting on the seeker the same as we would be acting at the same time on the subdivision.
Good. So I'm trying to help coordinate the communication, between some of the neighbors, ourselves, and, the board and your time. Is there a cutoff time as to when the submission would be complete and then the 30 or 45 days, whatever it starts counting?
We haven't discussed that yet. That was gonna be the last thing on the agenda this evening.
Okay,
Work out when the next hearing or continuation of the hearing would be too.
okay,
So it all depends how much time the applicant needs to go through the comments and make whatever revisions are needed.
okay.
Okay.
Any questions of me? As a long-term resident or anything else?
You're the mayor. You're the mayor.
I don't think so.
All right, thanks, Jack.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I'd just like to make a statement. I don't really have any. My name is John Day. I live 4861 Bedford Drive.
Hey, John.
I bought my house in 2010. And I was under the assumption from the realtor and the neighbors and everyone that no development would be done in the woods behind my house. Now here we are. About 3/4 of the people that live on the street are retired. We're talking about a plan that could last 6.5 years. We don't live like everybody else. We get up when we want to. We have just a different way of doing our business. But I don't think the buffer's wide enough. I mean, we're gonna have so much noise and equipment and stuff over there that it's gonna interfere with our quality of life. So that's the statement I want to make, and that's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, John. Anyone else? Okay, if not, Brian, why don't we decide how much time you need, how much time we need, I guess, so we can agree on when the hearing would be continued till. You wanna step up?
I would anticipate our updates will probably be completed within the next couple of weeks. And then we would look to resubmit the updated plans as well as written responses to the comments received.
Yep, given the nature and the size and the interest of this project, whatever meeting we pick, we would hope that the information you're gonna submit would be, I would say 2 weeks in this case. 2 weeks prior to whatever that date would be. So looking at February, use our handy dandy calendar, which is, we have a meeting, there it is. 10th and the 24th. You tell me.
Everything by the 27th of January. We met on the 24th. We would meet everything.
I think the 10th might be a little tough. You're probably, you're gonna be away the 24th, right? Can we make it March 10th, maybe? Ryan, is that too far out?
I'd like to have the ability to target the 24th if we can get in time for that.
It's just our vice chairman's gonna be out that meeting, if we're away.
Okay.
Which our new alternate will be here.
Yeah.
To be sitting in Billy
So
shoes.
it's 24th or what in March?
March 10th.
March 10th.
That would mean 2 weeks prior to March 10th, you'd have to have. So it would be before the end of February.
Okay, I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, so.
I
Sure.
have a couple extra questions. I was looking at your drainage plan. I see that you had done some estimates up to the 100-year storm volume. I guess the stormwater management area has been designed to route that volume through.
Correct.
My question is this: if the pipe system is designed, say, for a 10-year storm, how is all of that additional water going to find its way? If the pipe system is full, how is that additional water going to find its way to that stormwater management?
First of all, the storm sewer pipes are based off of a 10-year storm. You're correct on that. But it's also based on a short-term, high-intensity rational method for the sizing of those pipes. So it's different than the analysis for the stormwater management plan, which is based off of a 24-hour storm event. So the peaks will be different, but then ultimately a requirement of the New York State DEC Stormwater Management Design Manual is to have an overland flow path. The overland flow path would follow the road alignment, and then the low point of the road towards the pond.
So there is an overland flow path. That's what, that was.
Yeah,
that wasn't
yeah.
clear to me.
Yes, that's a requirement of the DEC Stormwater Management Design Manual, knowing that you're not sizing pipes for a 100-year storm, but then in the event that they become compromised or there's an extreme storm event, there's a route for it to get to the ponds.
What about, will there be curbs or gutters?
Gutters are proposed. Yep.
So we won't be flooding the roads more than 4 inches. Or more, will we? I don't know how, the low point of the road.
I wouldn't anticipate it. Each house is also raised up 1.5 to 2 feet above the road as well. So the road creates a natural corridor for the drainage flow path in the event of an extreme storm event.
I also noticed that your invert elevation to the pond was lower than the 10-year storm elevation. And it seemed like you had plenty of pitch for that pipe.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know whether you anticipated the tailwater condition, but we might have the opportunity to make that invert elevation pretty a lot higher.
We can look at that.
Didn't you want to mention your concern about the slopes, or do you think you want to look at that closer?
Well, I was looking at the grading plan, and I find it to be extreme. You know, you got a 12-foot cut in one area, so you have some 2-on-1 slopes proposed. You know, I was walking the property over the weekend. It appears as though you have springs in that hillside. So I have a concern about the slope itself and the stability of the system. So that would be right, be on the north side of the first set of houses on the right, going up the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously up at the top of the development.
Yeah, it's something we'll look at further, seeing if we can flatten out the slopes, if there's the ability to do that as well. We'll take that into account.
I mean, it's been a while since I did takeoffs, but it really seemed like there's a lot of that fill here. I don't know what the volume is, what you did in calculations on it.
Yeah, we've done preliminary earthwork calculations.
Got a rough estimate? How many cubic yards you're gonna move?
I don't want to quote something right now and not be accurate. That is part of our overall analysis. We're not looking to haul select material away from the site. Select material will be balanced on the property. Topsoil will be the only thing that excess topsoil may be removed from the property. That's to be determined with the final design.
And the other thing was in the seeker, I think you had 70-some% moderately drained soils. That's surprising to me. It's pretty.
Yep. That's directly off of the NRCS web soil survey. So they have different class soils mapped out on the property. So that's where that came from.
Okay.
Have you done a geotech in terms of water table and all that, or is that? I mean,
No.
that could consider, that would need to be considered as far as the under drain in the street. If under drain is needed, obviously, if you have basements in the homes, then you have to consider some pumps and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I imagine the neighbors can say so you need some pumps, huh? Okay, it's just something,
I mean, it's, you've got stormwater management area that doesn't fully drain. To your, from your outfall, invert elevation, if you have depth below that. Like the existing pond out there, you don't have it, all you have is the freeboard that's over the standing water. So.
That's how this pond is designed to. It's not designed as an infiltration basin, so the storage is above the outlet elevation, above to the top of the berm. This is a standard stormwater management practice, a wet pond. It's not, we're not accounting for
Okay, so your
infiltration.
calculations is what's
Correct.
above it. Okay,
Yep.
great.
okay, good. All right, so, we tickled your mind, huh?
Yes.
Name and address, sir.
My name is Martin Muley. I own the 30 acres that's on the side here. Now it's over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have, of course, had substantial enough water problem, having to do with water coming down and so forth. I'm trying to understand, first of all, I don't understand how the water is going to go into that retention pond. How's it going to go through those houses into the retention pond? I mean, really? I don't know. I mean, I just think, I don't know if that's the ideal way of basically taking care of that. I mean, I understand that, that some development's gonna have to happen. I mean, you take all these woods out, and, I don't know. I just don't understand how the plan that's being shown is gonna take care of all this. That's all.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's, yes, sir. Real quick, we're trying to move on.
My name's Richard Corbett. I live at 4855 Ashton, and I'm addressing this gentleman. I've lived there 37 years. Arthur Hamlin used to mow trails all throughout there. There were springs 12 months a year. Even in this, I used to take my dogs and my kids up there, and I can guarantee you there are springs throughout the year all the way up. That's all.
Okay. Questions answered. All right, let's move on with the continuation resolution for this application. I heard the date of March 10th is the extension of the meeting. I would like to include in the resolution that all materials to be considered at that meeting be submitted by February 24th. So you've got that, Ryan. And so Jack, to answer your question, any materials that would be forthcoming would be on the 25th to 24th of February. February, yep. Thank you. So, do I have a motion to continue the hearing to the 10th of March?
So moved.
Okay, second. For the discussion, is it okay with you? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, Chris, we've got this, the other application, which is the final phase 1, which certainly doesn't apply or even consider
I would
consideration.
voice vote continue that as well.
Okay. So moved.
Second. Tim's got it.
Okay, so that is to March 10th also.
Yeah, it's good. Correct, Chuck. I'd say keep them simultaneous so that you don't lose one.
Okay. All right, very good. Anything else?
No, thank you for your time this evening.
All right, thanks folks for your time.
Chuck,
Just start it off, Tim.
Oh, we take a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. All right, let's move on to the next application, which is looking to see if we have the players. CPN 2025-133, Mike Mamano. Asking for a special use permit to install a wall mounted sign at 3225 State Route 364. So 5 and 20. So I'll open the hearing for the special use permit. And are you Mr. Mamano?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Mike, tell us about the sign.
Good evening. I'm Mike Romano with Clinton Sign Company. We're proposing the new Burlington sign, as you see up on the drawing over there. On the new fascia, the old location of the old Joanne fabric. We believe we meet the square footage criteria. Standard LED internally lit signage, acrylic bases, remote power supplies. All the electricals on the backside. Pretty standard signage.
Okay, it's my understanding that the sign meets the standards of our sign, our code. And,
90 square foot sign and you have 90 feet of linear frontage.
okay, very good.
Does that take into consideration the reddish part of it?
No, just 11.
Well, the red part is an addition to it.
It's not taken into consideration. We did it with Sierra.
It goes with the wow, right? Okay. Further questions? Concerns? Anybody in the audience have any concerns about Burlington? If not, I'll take a motion to.
Maybe check, there's more than one sign, no? There's the big sign and there's 3 other signs.
There's some small, there's some small panels on the brick underneath the walkway there.
Oh, okay. They're under the overhang?
They're on the backer wall there. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
under the yes, they're under overhang on the backer wall.
Okay.
No, there's only one sign allowed per sign.
So you have the square footage of all 3 signs up, it's okay, right?
Yeah, that's.
That to remind people what store they're walking into.
Well, I mean, it's like under canopy signage, yeah.
Okay.
There is one more that we're looking at, right? There's a third one along
There are
the
those
edge.
2, and I believe there is a one on the corner as well. That's that would be under canopy. That's pretty standard. That there's one on the end that's projecting right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's obviously
That's
for
a
the
different-
people.
No, that's a hanging sign. That's a different thing.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's mounted to the wall, but we call it projecting because it projects out.
It is, but they're allowed under different.
Okay.
It doesn't contribute to your gross square.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Okay. Good.
I don't agree with it.
Okay, it's a type 1 seeker. Someone wants to give me a bundled. See, there's no site plan with this. Okay, yeah, we'll bundle the seeker and the special use permit. Someone wanna do that for me?
Make that motion to approve, the type 1 seeker and special use.
Type 2.
Type 2 and special use permits for CPN 2025133. With as 6 conditions. 6 conditions.
Okay, got a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, once again, I point out that the special use permit will remain in effect for the current owner of the premises. And or operators with no requirements for renewal. So as long as Burlington it's a Burlington sign and Burlington's there, the special use permit applies, but if they move out and somebody else moves in, obviously we need a new permit. Okay, motion is second for both the seeker and the special use permit. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
I oppose.
1 opposition. Let the record show the vote was 4-1 in favor. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Great, thank you.
Okay, Next. CPN 2025-144. Emania Vargas, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, 5983 Goff Road. For a site plan approval to construct a single family home in the RR3 zoning district. This is a redo of a plan that expired. Anyone here representing the applicant? Going once?
I read this was a reapproval.
It is a reapproval. It was approved back in November of 2024. And the time expired, so they had to resubmit. And that's essentially, and if you recall, and again, I don't want to get into it too much because the applicant's not here, but there was an issue with the neighbor about the drainage. And I think we got it resolved. This is Mark's, right? This is Mark's engineering, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we got it resolved with Logan that he's gonna put stormwater management.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Motion to continue.
Okay, I got it. I got a motion to continue. I can do this next meeting if.
Next meeting or first meeting of next month?
We can do it on the 27th. Okay,
I'll second that motion to continue on the 27th.
okay, I got a motion, a second to continue site plan application to the 27th. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Okay. CP. Excuse me.
The first one off.
Who was the motion second? Oh, yeah, Tim made the motion. Yes. Okay, CPN 2025-145. Gerald Limondola. 3402 County Route 16. This is a special use permit to operate short-term rental with a maximum overnight capacity of 12. And you are?
I'm Megan D'Alessandro. I live at 549 County Road 8 in Farmington.
Okay.
Jerry's my father. Gerald's my father.
Oh, okay. This is the cobblestone. And you're not gonna make it into an STR, into a short-term rental.
Yep, short-term rental, yep.
Okay. I guess formerly functioning as a B&B, right?
Yep.
Essentially. Okay, so this is going through the scrutiny of review by the town staff. Did a walkthrough.
We did, yeah, we did a fire safety inspection, double checked the square footage of all the bedrooms, checked the house rules, just to be sure that everything was in place. The bedrooms are decent size, especially one of them, based on square footage, the house would allow for an occupancy of 18 people. I don't know
Yeah,
if you wanted 18 or.
Currently, we have like sleeping arrangements for 12. But because of the square footage, obviously, we need the special use permit.
Right.
For that. So currently it only has sleeping arrangements for 12. That's all I have listed. I don't know if we'll change that, in the future. Obviously, there's room in some of the bedrooms to add, an additional bed or something if it becomes a need, but right now we're leaving it as is with just the sleeping arrangement for 12.
And it is on sewer, not septic. And there's sufficient parking.
Okay, does the board want to limit it to 12? I mean, since
That was my
I
question.
think that's it's in your statement of operations or it is 12 guests and you just stated 12 is your intention. Would it be any problem if we made as part of the special use permit, it be 12 and only 12 and no more unless you come back to see us again?
Sure. I kind of think if it's not an issue, to just have it be a higher number since I'm here now. Obviously my intent right now is just to have the sleeping arrangements for 12, but if I could alleviate myself in the future having to do all of this once more, it would be easier.
So my question then would be, if it's up to 18, was there 9 parking spots?
Mhm.
Now, my question on parking.
Yeah.
Is, that whole circle, is that considered parking?
No, it's just,
Just your property?
yeah, we just use where that, line divides it. And then we kind of have like an agreement with the house, on low, like this side, who also has access to that circle, that guests will not be driving around it. They currently have, like their boat parked there, just so that headlights don't kind of shine into their residence. And then, our plan is to just kind of put like a couple, landscape plants, you know, and just kind of make that, so it's they don't need to keep their boat there, but we can divide the space so that people don't go all the way around, so they'll just use drive as is.
That would answer a lot of questions with easements of that property, which is actually the property we just talked about.
Yeah, I'm also, well, you already talked about drainage, so I didn't feel like I need to get up.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about drainage, you can
Yeah.
talk about your stream in the back of your house, which is clogged.
The stream in the back of my house is clogged.
That clogged.
I did not know that.
Take a look, because there's
Okay.
like a cement back there that's making a dam.
Okay,
It's well worth helping the neighborhoods also, because it's backed up right there.
Okay.
Like somebody put, I don't know, either a bridge.
sure. I did walk back there when the weather was a little nicer, and I noticed that it looked like previously someone had tried to make a haphazard bridge.
Right.
So I know the area you're talking about. I didn't realize it was blocking
Yeah.
flow, but I mean, I can definitely have
If that would
some of the
help-
guys fix
would
that
help
for me.
blow up.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Perfect. So there's room for 9, and you're only gonna have a 1 access entrance. I would add to your house rules that your residents need to stay on your property.
Sure,
We just have had people wander.
sure,
Just,
absolutely.
You have to make sure that they stay on property. Yeah,
Which means that they'll have to understand that, I think, when you're looking at demarking, I mean, I understand what you're saying with the vote, demarking that property lines.
Yeah,
but something, that says, it's a nice property to walk around, but stay on property.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was.
Even when I was there, I mean, I went out south. You come in the north and go.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, when I started looking at all the easements that were, there were in names of older people that don't own the
It was
property.
confusing to me too.
So it's like, I'm glad you're gonna put a barrier there, so you don't.
Yeah,
have to
we put
worry
a nice
about that.
barrier there, like right now, I said he has his boat
Okay.
there, but we'll put kind of some sort of planter that I don't have to water, that looks nice.
Right.
Any of the, anybody from the audience? Jack, it's pretty close to your property. It says, oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Your name and address, please?
My name is Susan Foose and I live at 3420 County Road 16. When I moved into the residential neighborhood, which is what I thought it was a lovely area. And 4 years ago, a short-term rental moved in next door to me on the other side. And it has been nothing but issues. They come there, they feel that it's vacation. We have people out back, they have tiki torches, it's just, we can't enjoy our property. And now it's not a neighbor, it's a business. And now on the other side, we have one that wants to open another business and have 12 or more people in there. So that means during the day, there could be up to 25 people because you can double the ones there during the day. So 25 or more makes it party. So you are changing the dynamics of the neighborhood. And I want people to realize that what is happening. It's not a neighborhood anymore. I cannot go outside in my yard and enjoy it because you don't know who's going to be in and out of those places. And now we have one on either side. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
You know, I'm on 4851, as you know, Ashland Place. Our back deck is over in here. And we hear anything that comes across from the deck, from the cobblestone, which is fine. Neighbors are neighbors, people have a good time. But what I don't understand is why it's changing from a bed and breakfast to a, short-term rental. It sounds like something that the people have to adhere to, that they didn't have to adhere to, or there's something, the rules are changed because they want to change the use of it. I'm a little confused in that. You know, if it gets too noisy and if the people tramp all over the place, I got a telephone. But that's gonna fall back on you guys. So I don't know what it's, to me, it's mystical as to why you're requiring them to make a change, if you are requiring them to make a change.
Previously,
We're
it
not
was a
required.
bed and breakfast.
Right?
So previously it was operated as a bed and breakfast,
Correct.
which the town calls a tourist home. So there are certain rules for that, such as it needs to be owner occupied.
Oh, I
Okay,
see.
yeah, so it's a very different special use permit. So that's not what the new owner of this property is proposing. They're proposing to still rent the house out, you know, as it was before, but it won't be owner occupied. It'll be run as a short-term rental.
Yeah, but the owner still has responsibility,
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely,
for peace and quiet as anybody else would.
definitely.
So, you know, it gets too rowdy and people wind up horizontal in my yard, I know what to do. Thanks.
Okay, wait. Yep, yes, sir. Come on up. Mr. Colbert.
I promise you, I'm not a grouchy old man. But they essentially.
I like it.
They essentially want to take a bed and breakfast. And I've gone through 3 different or 4 different owners of bed and breakfast, all owner occupied, all agree. Essentially, these people want to turn it into a motel. Pure and simple. They can even probably go to Social Security during those slow months and rent rooms to their clients. The planning board can do whatever they want to, but let's call it what it is. They want to put a motel in a residential area. And with that, I stop crouching.
Thank you. Megan, I guess, come on.
Yeah.
Come on up.
I mean, I can definitely see how all of these are very valid concerns. I think hopefully what might help put everyone's mind at ease is that my father, who owns the property during the summer, he lives right down the street, about 1.5 miles away, along with my mom. And then I also run a business in Canandaigua. My husband and I own the brewery on Main Street, Frequentum Brewing. So you know, we're down right in the area every day. If there's any issues that arise. My father also has several other properties that he owns with a different partner who's his property manager. This is just a little bit out of her area, so that's why I'll be property managing this one for him. But he has 4 or 5 other large houses in some really lovely neighborhoods, a couple on Canisius Lake that are you know, about the same size that she manages for him, his partner, and a couple down in Cocoa Beach, Florida as well. And they've had, you know, some really great luck with guests. I think it's kind of tailored to be a very family friendly environment rather than a party house. Obviously, you know, there's going to be people who take advantage of a situation, but that's why I would be property managing and be, you know, right there. It's why we have the house rules, the quiet times at 10 o'clock. And, you know, if someone's not following the rules, that's why you have a property manager to enforce the rules. You know, usually there's no issues. I've stayed at a bunch of different Airbnbs myself. I think because of the way Airbnb runs its profile, it's like platform, you have to be respectful or no one's going to rent to you again. So if there's any issues, and that's the only way we'll be renting it out is through Airbnb, which again has kind of those safeguards for people. If you're a bad guest, it shows up on your profile and you're not rented to again. So there's motivation for people who come in to behave themselves appropriately. And of course, there's rules there for a reason. And I mean, as it was already operating as a bed and breakfast, I understand that owner occupied is a little bit different. But like I said, we live very close to nearby, and hopefully, you know, there's no issues, but we're happy to, I mean, I think the house is beautiful and it's been a fun project to kind of update and renovate everything in such a historical home and keep its historical character alive as well. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's part of the reason I had thought your house rules, and I think your statement of operations states 12 guests.
Yeah.
Would that be 12 guests maximum any time of day, or how do you read?
I think she said she wants 18.
No, but I'm
Yeah, obviously, if that's an issue and it just needs to be 12, I'm here to do.
I'm going back.
And then if I have to come back, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that might make some other guests happy as well.
Being that what you submitted stated 12 guests, and being that our special use permits are based on the statement of operations that are submitted with the application, I would like to limit it to 12 guests. And anything more than that, you would have to come back, and I think by that time, we'll have a track record as to how you did as far as running this.
I think
I'm fine with that.
this is another case where we go for a year. Also,
I agree.
like we always have been, and see how it goes for a year.
Yeah,
And then you have to
absolutely.
come back
I'd be fine with that.
and see what happens.
I'm fine with that. And if you want to increase it then, and you've been a good operator.
Sure.
Then, that could be a possibility then. But for the time being, be 12 guests. And again, my question was, would it be 12 guests at any one time, or is it?
I believe it allows for visitors during the day, but 12 guests max at night and after quiet hours.
I think it's important to recognize that with the shorter term on the special use permit, that gives everybody an opportunity to participate in the process. Meaning, if there are concerns and complaints, that information needs to come down to the town offices so that those are heard. And then it gives you an opportunity to resolve them if they haven't been as well. At the renewal time of the special use permit, and that's when it would be determined, has this been a problem property or not? So I say that for you, but I also say that for the neighborhood to participate in the process. And work with the town to keep it in the.
Okay. Everybody. Okay. All right, let's move on then. We've got a seeker that is type 2. Oh, thank goodness. And we have a special use permit resolution, and I'm going to that part, that paragraph that says as far as the how long this is in effect. We'll just have to change that to 1-year renewal. Okay. And also, the applicant shall operate in accordance with a statement of operations. And number 11, the maximum overnight capacity shall be no more than, let's make it 12. And with those changes, I will make a motion to bundle the seeker type 2 along with a special use permit for 3402 County Route 16 to operate a short-term rental in accordance with the conditions listed. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Got a motion, a second for discussion? Not all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Megan. Good luck. All right. Last is a CTN 2025-138. It's for 3510 Sandy Beach. This is a referral from PRC, but to the ZBA regarding a variance request to install a generator down on Sandy Beach Drive in the side yard. And it also is asking for a variance to reduce or increase the lot coverage to 7.1% above where it is currently. So is someone here? I saw someone representing a generator company.
Jeff, I'm just seeing that
No?
they requested withdrawal just today.
Oh.
Yeah,
there you go.
after meeting with the zoning board, customers were told they would not receive the variances necessary to move forward with this project, so are canceling the project. They haven't met with the zoning board yet. So.
Okay,
That was fine.
take care of that.
That's all.
All right, well, then we move on to approval of the minutes from back on December 9th. Anybody can remember last year? Do I have a motion? Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I got a motion, a second. No further additions. There's something that was. Nope, thanks. It was good. That was cool. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, I got a surety to release.
Folks,
We spent a lot.
can you quiet down for a moment? Don't try to wrap this up.
I talk loud, but not that loud. We have a surety release for Pierce Brook. Someone wanna look at it, and if okay with it, give me a motion. It's in the amount of $121,858.77.
Kristen, do you have it?
Yes.
John, I'll look. You want me to take it?
You can present one.
Good night, folks. Did you do?
I'll,
I'll take a little bit.
okay. Well, I will give it 10-15 seconds. Because this is.
Well,
a
he's
big chunk
looking,
of change
ma'am,
here.
are you here for something specific?
No, I just think it's amazing that everyone just left.
It's not the Judith talk.
No, it's not. I chuckle.
Oh, she's just interested in, okay,
No, I just. Was interested in your boss too.
okay, good, welcome. All right, how's it look, Mark?
Before we recommend these that $121,853.77 of the original 220. Okay, so I will make a motion to release the monies for 2A Pierce Brook. $121,858.77 of the original 2.2. Would leaving a balance of $216,873.09.
Okay.
I will second.
Okay, you got a motion to release that amount? For the discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Change these covers. Still zero.
These.
Yeah, you count them, the signatures as those two.
You know, folks, I left my markup of the rules of procedure at home.
Oh, my goodness.
Is this it?
Can I?
We are lawless.
Did you give it?
It
to me?
is, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
I
not.
was, I'm like, who's joining
I
us?
said I have to do a job. Well, sorry, you don't get to go home. You're gonna talk about, it. All right. Yeah, we can do it. All right, first of all, before we get into that, for us, it's that time of the year to start thinking about training again. And the five of us are 4 hours, and Jay, you'll have to do 12.
I'm all signed up for all those as well.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I put in enough time in the first year to take care of my 5-year term, only to learn that.
That's a negative. You get 2 of those. 2 of those hours, but carry over.
I only care. Oh,
1 year.
shoot. Well, then I'm due.
Jay will give you some heads.
Several of you got reappointed to your terms last night, by the way.
Oh, that clears the clock?
Yeah, Amanda,
No, it does not clear the clock, but as an aside, some of you are stuck with this.
Jay, when you take your classes, just send me an email and your certificate.
Okay.
And she'll do all of her good stuff.
okay, but we do have training. And one big good opportunity is the Planning Federation's conference at Cooperstown. And Jay, if it would probably be great for you because it'll give you a lot of the basics of that is April 19th to the 21st. The town will pay for your registration and your lodging and mileage. So anything above and beyond that, it's on you, but it's a great opportunity. It's a good training session, I think.
Is that in Cooperstown?
That's in Cooperstown. Okay, the MRB boot camp schedule's been posted, so pick up on that. Yeah,
2 hour battery thing. So much.
on the 20th, yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna sit in, but that's my birthday, so.
When is your birthday, Chuck?
January 20th.
January 20th.
Yep. I was hoping Eric's twins would be same time. All right, anything else on training? Any other information? Okay, well, as it comes in, we'll let you know about it. All right, let's dig into the rules. Maybe it's the best way to do this. Is this one PDF or a Word document?
What?
The rules.
It's PDF. I have it on here.
There's a word document
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, I can find a word document.
I was just thinking, rather,
It's online, I'm pretty sure too.
I just Googled.
well, but I was thinking about going through it and revising it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sending it
I
out.
think it was sent to everybody, right? Can you?
Yeah, we all got
correct
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was a PDF.
I don't think I got it.
I don't think I got it.
This is the
Okay.
very first agenda.
Oh,
And it went to your town emails.
oh,
Oh,
that's
it's
why.
fine.
I don't use it.
Right,
So there will no longer be emails sent to your personal emails for a
Oh.
variety of
And
reasons.
the computer guy needs to fix my computer.
Okay,
I too.
I need to figure out what my. That's my email. Okay.
So if you don't get any correspondence for a long time, it's not because
Okay.
we don't love you, it's because
Yeah.
they don't have your email address.
Terrible.
Let's figure out.
Yeah, the
what
town
our
email
emails
will be
are.
the official email for all business of the town.
Okay.
It's at some point, I guess, or it's supposedly January 1st, but
Mhm.
I think there's been a little bit of a reprieve because of the changeover happened so quickly.
Okay, is it?
No, I don't think that's.
I don't think that's the case.
I'm still using the back, what I'm trying to do is, since I'm in an Apple or Mac environment, is to somehow either get my email accessible, my .org email accessible by web, on a web base,
Yeah.
or put that address as a email or an inbox address in my.
You can do both. I've got it coming to all of my devices and you can log on through Microsoft to look at it online if you want to do it.
Are you on my?
Oh my God.
That's what you just said.
It's possible.
And for $1,500
Are you on that?
an hour, Mark will be happy to set us.
Right.
Are you on MacBook? MacBook?
It's on my iPhone.
Okay, so then, yeah, okay. It's gotta be a.
I don't know how to do it, Chuck, but I think it's like somebody who knows how to do it. It's
Tyler's
Yeah, it's not.
supposed to do it.
rocket science.
Yeah.
It's my understanding.
Oh, tomorrow.
If you
Yeah, if
can't,
you wanna drop your computer.
if you can't figure it out, Chuck.
I'll be over. I'll give you.
Where's his office?
And it's my-
All right, I'm running out of gas. I don't wanna go through the rules of procedure, especially if some people didn't get them. How about we send it out as a Word document?
Yep, you got
I
it.
got it right here.
And to avoid,
And then everyone
Canoodling.
redline it, send it back to
back to
Kristen.
Kristen, don't send it among each
Don't
other.
send it, don't
Yeah.
intermingle. There's open meetings law that says you guys can't cross talk at all. Even though it would make a lot of sense, you could get a lot done, but other than like scheduling, yes, I'm available for that meeting. No reply all for fellow board members.
And any headway on this checklist that we're gonna be able to look at to see everything done on the application?
We are working on it.
I only bring that up because it took me forever to call to you
Mhm.
to figure out where the approved zoning
Right, so this,
resolution was.
it's something we're going to start doing, in probably next month, so. The way we're sending out the referrals will be slightly different, so they're going to go out as a circulation request, which is just a different section of crowd permit. The reason we're gonna do that is because once those comments come in as a response to the circulation request, then a report can be created based on, and it'll pull all of those comments. And then I can add to it, you know, I can add if ECB minutes come in after, that can be added. If county planning board comes in after, that can be added. So the board will have, the board will have like a complete package of all the different reviews from all the different entities prior to the
That's
planning
what
board meeting, so.
Would make it so much easier.
Yeah, that is something we are working towards pretty quickly.
The other thing is, if you don't get a response on a referral, you're gonna follow up on it.
Yeah, so part of that, you know, a lot of people have been getting these circulation requests for months and a year, more, and they just don't do anything about it. So, I'll be, with us moving the deadline day forward, that'll give us the 21 days roughly between deadline day and PRC. So during that period, I will be able to reach out to everybody and ask, do you have comments? If you don't, can you say no comment? So we can kind of clear all that out. So when it gets to this board, you'll know if they have a concern or if they didn't.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And one last thing.
Sure.
The solar. In the code, it says that we have to have these reviews by the zoning officer, the ag and ECB.
Okay,
We have to have those according to code.
and it wasn't referred to
Referred to.
ECB.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and ag didn't have a quorum. That was why, right? Okay. So-
Like in PRC, if you can do that, just, you know, make sure.
Absolutely, make sure that solar always gets referred.
Yeah, those three people, it says.
Are we gonna do anything to try to enforce the timeline?
Enforce the timeline for material
Stuff,
submission
you
or?
know, Stuff always comes in.
Mhm. Yeah,
constantly.
we are trying to get a complete application by PRC. That's part of the 3 weeks. And then, but we still have a little bit of wiggle room because we've always had the deadline of the Friday after PRC to have everything else. Provided that we requested, and if it's not, then they will not follow the schedule that we decided on at PRC. They won't go to the planning board meetings.
So I think, I guess my recommendation, and I've always said zoning officer has the authority to pull it, should have the authority to pull it if in her determination it's not ready. Chuck, by, you know, inherent authority of chairman can always do that. Cut someone off in the middle of the, hey, you just gave us this is too much. But anybody on the board can say, well, excuse me,
Yeah,
I've never seen this. Can you come back next week after we've had time to redo this? And if it's not just one person doing it every time, which I get the sense you guys are all experiencing the same frustrations, so do it three or four times and
Well,
your applicants will get the message.
and that's what I'm trying.
You just
to do.
gotta throw an elbow.
I'm not trying to slow down progress or whatever we wanna call this. I would love to just motivate them to get their step in.
You gotta slow them down.
And-
You gotta slow a few of them down to get that
I
point.
won't speak my emotional deadline, but it's like, I heavily look at this stuff over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
really nice not to get something on Sunday or Monday.
That's what we're trying to avoid. That is what
You
we're
would
trying-
add
Hopefully.
30 days extra every time there was a revision, if it had to be in the Monday before or something. But I would say that Friday before is absolutely reasonable. You're not looking at it the day of, you're not looking at it on that Monday.
Is anything changing? I know we, in most municipalities, like to use the FOIL rules for people, like the questions tonight, when can you have access? Is there any plan to change anything where they can get
Absolutely.
access?
Yeah, it's something we've been discussing and
Just lean
Chris
over.
just brought it up too. So there is a feature that we can utilize in Cloud Permit, which is a map. And residents, you know, if we enable it, residents can click through and see where there's different projects in town.
Oh, cool.
So.
But then they'll
provide
get
that
access to
information.
like the site plans and stuff that we.
Yeah, I think I have to dig more on it. I'm just found out about it from Mike Murphy last week. So
Separate from the map that's already enabled.
it's the map that it's currently enabled just for code enforcement. If you go to the code enforcement page and click on complaints, a map will pop up.
Well, then you can get some complaining.
Yeah, it wasn't like enabled, it is now.
Oh,
On
must have
his-
changed as it
yeah.
was.
So we're talking about using that. I need to talk to Dan a little bit more about it, just to have a little bit more information out there for people.
And it's not every single thing that gets submitted to cloud permit.
I think we get to choose what we.
Yeah, we classify.
What they can see, but if,
Updated site plans.
I think if people just can see the site plan.
Right,
you know, that's gonna be
my
really
opinion. That's
helpful.
what-
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to take pictures during the meeting and
Yeah.
ask us questions.
Yep.
Well, and not this part of the project, but a lot of times you get neighbors showing up to ask questions that had they had access, they wouldn't have wasted their Tuesday night.
No, it's something I would like to work towards. I mean, I've met with probably half the people in this room over the last month or so, but if they had some more of that information as a fingertips, I think it would be
Yeah.
better for everyone. Yeah.
Transparency is good.
For sure.
Yep. 'Cause otherwise people get suspicious.
Yes.
Just as a thought for myself, public hearings, I've been in them, I've been a witness to them, I've had neighbors have their saying about projects that I've done. It's still up to the board, we listen to the public's opinion,
Comments.
but essentially it's still up to the board to go yay or nay on a project, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's all just recorded, their concerns are recorded, but not necessarily weighed into the solution of what we're presenting to the applicant.
And we're not obligated to respond to our questions.
It's normally should be a comment.
It just,
Or
it's a
statement.
comment.
Public comment, they're allowed to say, if they wanna read the Bible for 3 minutes, Chuck's gotta let them. So long as they do so in a civilized manner.
And as long as somebody else didn't read the same verse.
Yeah, you can't read, yeah.
You already heard
Next
that.
chapter. But, and I mean, if you look it up on YouTube, and there's places that, people do that or sing a song or
I mean,
whatever,
something,
tell jokes.
something I think we all try to do is stick to what is permitted in this. As opposed to allowing influence. I mean, I think that's just what an observation from my point. You look at it and say, okay, let's, because I get a lot of stuff that I don't like the project. A lot of stuff. I get some stuff. I don't like the project personally, but it's within the landowner's rights.
And sometimes the public raises points in the hearing where usually it's Chuck that will say, oh, wait, there is a drainage problem there. Oh, okay, neighbors know the place more than you guys.
Live there. Yeah. Live there. Next meeting, we'll have the cell tower back. Oh, good. If
we don't have anything.
That's my question. I
They're
mean,
scheduled.
We allow them to, up to a week before.
that's a week from issue today.
Yeah.
If they don't, no, I think it's just the right thing to do, is reach out.
Like, push it down.
That's all. All right.
Okay. Very good. So that's on the agenda for next meeting. So along with a couple other things and.
My favorite project.
Ah,
What? Oh. Stop.
well,
We'll have to look that.
you're the mayor of the east side of the lake. Yeah.
Your resolutions, by the way, were prepared by Ms. Smith here, and I think she did a very great job,
That's
didn't she?
awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being so clear with your. Made it easier.
Anything else? Folks, I have 6 o'clock. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome to everyone to the first meeting of 2026, the Town of Canandaigua Planning Board. Let me go through and introduce the folks up front here. We all know Kim Burkhardt, who's our remote facilities coordinator. Standing next to Kim is our recording secretary, Karine Hatch. First gentleman on my right is Jay Palermo. He's our new appointed alternate for the planning board, so welcome, Jay. And as I said tonight, just listen and learn, right? Okay. Tim Schneider is our board member, Mark Tolbert, board member, reappointed board member, Amanda Van Lake. Folks, I have 6 o'clock. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. Welcome back, Chris.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Jay, thank you for joining us. Amanda, welcome back.
Is there anybody that should be my handler until I get trained?
Anybody, if you have
I can help
questions,
you.
reach out to Chris.
Yeah.
Free reign.
Free reign.
Free
but-
range. It's the Wild West.
Until you get trained, ask questions because it'd be weird if you understood everything that was going on. And I say that before I was a planning board attorney, I was actually a member of the Village of Fairport's planning board. Everyone would say, okay, all in favor, aye. And I was thinking, what in the world just happened?
Move quick.
Before the end of the year. Once you get the hang of it, you know what's okay, this is what we're doing, but until you do, you should, I mean.
I've always been over there. I've been at it after
Some of these are intuitive, yeah.
there.
So it's just ask.
And it's okay to say no.
All right.
Yeah.
Come down to the
Shall
time, that time of the meeting, man.
No,
Yeah, did you have
what can
anything?
you guys do without me? Motion to adjourn at 7:35
We wouldn't adjourn.
PM.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.